All right, everybody. I am back from vacation. I'm back on screen as a consequence. I missed you. I know you missed my pretty face over the last few days because, you like staring at Oh, no. Oh, no. We're going to get into some reviews of Starfleet Academy today. And this is, I was going to transition with pretty face. This is Jesse Gender. This is a man pretending to be a woman. And shocker, my friends, he loves Starfleet Academy. Yes. Oh, it's so good. It's really, once you get to episode 4, you just have to, as Trek movie said, persevere through the first few episodes. I've never seen a company shill with a Trek movie is like an arm of Kurtzman in Secret Hideout, if you don't know. You have to persevere through the first few episodes in promotion of it before it even comes out. You know it's going to be a train wreck. And the entire media now, we're going to go over a bunch of the shill media reviews at this point because they all got their 6-episode screeners and they're all super excited about it, my friends. And that's what we have today, the absolute state of shilling ahead of Starfleet Academy. We're now less than a week away. One more week to flatten the curve, my friends. Are you excited? This is their promo as well that they came out with on this. They had a 1 week promo. Here it is. Yes, does this get you excited, guys? A little painted on eyebrows for her. Oh my gosh, it's coming, guys. And so, of course, the reviews are out. They're all saying it's most media outlets are saying it's just kind of a mid-show because none of them will go out and outright say it's terrible because they get access, right? And these companies will not give you access. Notice they didn't give me an advanced screener, right? I mean, obviously not. And the reason they're not going to is because they know that I'm going to pan it because they know that their show's trash, right? If they had any confidence, they'd just give them out to everybody, right? And that'd be how it'd work. But these media outlets get access. They're called the access media, and that's why they very softly criticize things when they do so because they don't want their access removed. That's what it's all about. And then they get clicks for it. It's a really a terrible ecosystem what our media environment's been, and that's exactly why we do what we do here. So please hit the like and subscribe button. Join us here as we talk about all things Star Trek. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm a science fiction writer myself, and while I don't have the license to the Star Trek brand or whatever, I never understood that. Like, why don't these companies, because everybody likes to write Star Trek fiction. I'm just going to do an aside here. Star Trek fan fiction's been going on since the 70s, right? And it's like, why not just like license it out to everybody and just have some guidelines like no porn, whatever you want to put on it, and then you can just like you can control all of it and put it up on Amazon, just make money off of people's fan fiction. That'd be smart. But these companies are so tightly into control of things that they just never do things right. I mean, the same thing with the fan films, right? Like, why wouldn't you just put a licensing fee on Vic Mignogna's thing and let him do his thing? Because they want to tightly control the brand and force you to watch Starfleet Academy, right? Because they know you're not going to watch this if you have an option to watch Vic Mignogna Star Trek, I guess is what it comes down to. But oh well. I'm a writer. These are my books. It starts here. If you like Star Trek, you're going to love this. So check it out. It's in the description below. It's available on ebook, print, and audio for your convenience. And there's a full trilogy, so you got a lot of reading to do to catch up. And I've actually got my new books. I got my proof copy of my new books coming out. This is, I'll just show this off for the first time here. Check this out, guys. This is The Soul Catcher, my Valiant Frontiers, my space exploration series. I'm very, very excited to get this in people's hands very, very soon. And but for now, start here. All right, thanks, guys. Let's get into this. So Jesse Gender, this guy here, 70,000 subscribers on this, 10K views. Let's see if we can beat this. The CW core melodrama in space was what he braced for, but got a Star Trek show that understands Star Trek. I don't think it's going to understand Star Trek whatsoever. Now, if you look at this, he talks about how, there's a lot of teen romance drama in it, but then there's some cool Star Trek stuff that happens in episode 4. And what's he say is cool about it? He says it gets into some real political, social element. Now, this is what we're bracing for, because everything I've heard is Alex Kurtzman is mega Trump deranged, lunatic, leftist. He is for the cause first, and he does not care about Star Trek, right? And so that's what he's doing, is pushing this into Star Trek. And yeah, if this dude, if the trans dude on YouTube is gushing about the politics of it in his review to say it's actually good stuff, you know what's coming. You know it's going to be the wokest nightmare we've ever seen. It's going to make Discovery look like it was an apolitical thing by contrast. So a lot of reviews are out now. We covered Trek movies yesterday because they're the arm of Kurtzman right there. Polygon, 60 years later, Star Trek puts a fresh spin on the franchise by embracing an unlikely trope. Wow, what a please clap. A fresh-faced franchise reboot falls into, what's Yahoo say about this? The same old wormholes. So they're saying it's a C+. Could use a fresh start. 8 years since they relaunched Star Trek with Discovery. This follows off of it. And for Trek fans, it seems like a natural setting for a TV show. We've heard about it for decades and from the Academy. But this is not a fresh start. It's nice to see Robert Picardo back. He hasn't lost a step. Gina Yasher is fun. As Cadet Master, that's the Jem'Hadar chick. And Giamatti is clearly a diehard Trek fan. He relishes the chance to choose scenery as a deliciously evil villain. And so that's what they got here. But they say that it's a C+ anyway, despite only saying positive things about it here. Now, as you go into it, Gizmodo's review is a solid successor to the Star Trek legacy. Again, this is Access Media right here at its finest. Build something interesting. You look at the word interesting. This is how they're trying to spin it, using interesting. We did Polygon already. Here's AV Club. Starfleet Academy boldly goes where many team dramas has gone before. So contrary to what Jesse Gender says, it is a team drama, it looks like, on this level. And that's what they're saying. The 6 initial episodes confirm some of these worries. Even more so than Lower Decks comedic antics, to show a significant change-up that initially shares more DNA with CW teen dramas like 90210 than Kirk or Picard's high-stakes missions. But this time, this bizarre mishmash that no one asked for turns out to be an unexpected opposites attract situation, a deeply sincere series that successfully combines it. So this is pretty interesting that, again, they're kind of shilling for it at the AV. Now, Holly Hunter's actually out doing the morning show circuit as well as this goes along. And so this is her on CBS. She was on a bunch of them. And naturally, they all just gush over her and go, "Oh, you were in the piano. You're amazing. Wow." And then she goes, "Oh, thank you," as they fawn over her. And they asked an interesting question here. Did Paul Giamatti actually go off script and kind of add in his own sort of ad-libs to things? And she said, no, the script is so intricately done and so meticulously done. Now, this scares me because I've watched every Alex Kurtzman Star Trek production, Discovery, Strange New Worlds, Lower Decks. That none of them are particularly meticulously done. In fact, they just throw in elements like, here's a Klingon, now Klingons wear skirts. It's like they just throw in whatever political elements they want to and actually don't worry about the meticulousness of it, which is kind of interesting here that I guess this is a culture where they're following the script very verbatim in this level. But that was my takeaway from these kind of shilly interviews that were going on this day. So start soft before hitting warp speed. This is Nerdist, again, another big shill company. That's interesting as well because they're always everybody's seeming to say the first 3 episodes are pretty lame and pretty gay, and then they say it hits with what was seen with episode 4. Where it allegedly gets very, very political. This isn't your parents' Star Trek. Again, look at how they're phrasing things. Like, it has a promising start. This is Trek Core, another shill access Trek group. I'm hugely surprised by this, they say. I was skeptical. All of these companies saying this actually tells me one thing. It's terrible. Because these companies always do this. IGN in their video game reviews, they'll go and give this game that has a bunch of Dragon Age, churns it into pronouns or whatever. It's a solid 9 out of 10, right? It's like, what? Everybody hated that game, and that's what these people do. They just shill for the corporations and shill, especially when it goes hard into politics. That's what they love to do because they love it. They love the insane leftist politics being flung in our faces, and then of course being pretending like it's some sort of like grand gesture of intelligent television show stuff when they don't actually respect the lore of Star Trek whatsoever. A YA flavored series punches way above its weight class. There you go. All of them are shilling for it at this point, and that's how you know we're going to be in for a real problem. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Is this to be expected? Now, this is what I always see with these things, because I watched the same thing happen with Doctor Who 2 years ago. Ncuti got the gay black Doctor Who replaced the woman Doctor Who. It's a joyful occasion. He's making out with men on screen. This is just beautiful cinema by Bad Wolf and the BBC and Russell T Davies. I saw this exact same playbook within a few months. Once they saw that it was just a disaster down the line, they finally admitted, yeah, it was a little ham-fisted on the politics, I guess, and they'd start actually retracting their positive reviews. That's what we're going to see here as well as we go through this. That's my prediction for you. All right, please hit the like and subscribe button and read the Stars Entwined in the description below. We'll be back soon.